Good morning, insiders. Welcome to another week. Got a few things for today. First of all, Jess and I had a wonderful time at the Washington Realtors conference, and I hope that was fun for you guys to get a video from us there. I know that we had a good time making it. So, a couple of shout outs because I got to start out with my shout outs. Today, I want to start with a shout out to Elena Kanafulski. Elena is one of our agents who's been doing short sales with us for a while and has had several that she's really had to struggle through, but I want to give her a shout out today because last week she had a property going to foreclosure sale on a Friday. On Wednesday she had an offer that she submitted in, but she had a bunch of updated information that she needed to get over to us before we could submit it for a postponement. And the shout out to Elena is that she busted her bottom to get all of the documentation that we needed to us so that on Thursday we could get it into the bank. We did get the postponement. Congratulations to Elena and her seller, and now we'll be working on the short sale. But I wanted to recognize Elena for not giving up when we were really close to a foreclosure auction. She really got in there, got everything that she needed, and got it over to us so that we could get the sale postponed in order for the bank to review the short sale. Also, I want to give a shout out to Steve Hagan. Steve actually couriered our check to us last week from the closing agent, which we really appreciated. I think he was still just very happy that he still holds the record for the shortest short sale processing time ever. So thanks, Steve, for that. We all were having a good laugh over how well that went. So a couple of miscellaneous tips today. I don't have any big item like I had last week with Fannie Mae's major changes, and it's kind of nice to not have a major change every week. But here are a few tips that are going to help you in different short sale scenarios. First of all, if the buyer that's coming to you with an offer is an LLC or a corporation, and some of you already know this, but this is a tip that will save you some time, before you send anything over to us, and really before you accept the offer as mutually accepted, get copies of their articles of formation or their articles of incorporation, depending on what entity they are. Basically, you need to see some proof that they're a legitimate entity and that the person signing on the purchase and sale agreement is authorized to do so on behalf of that entity. So the banks require that. They will require the articles showing that this is a legitimate corporation before they will accept or review the offer. So we can't send it into them without that. So make sure you pull that together and get it over to our office as soon as you, with the rest of your documentation when you're submitting it for us to negotiate. Also with rescissions, and I know I've said this before, but there are certain things that we have to just keep coming back to because at this moment, if you're not experiencing a rescission, you may not be thinking about what I said a month ago regarding rescissions. So I'll repeat myself. I'm sure I'll have to repeat myself several times on this. If you have a rescission, please, please, please send that rescission in to us as soon as you get it. And the reason I say that is because we have strategy that changes when a buyer has been in place but is no longer in place. They've rescinded their offer. We do not want to push that too fast. In our office is constantly the highest priorities in our office is properties, short sale properties that have offers on them. And so we're pushing. If that offer has disappeared, we need to slow things down. Not really slow anything down. The banks take care of that for us. We just don't push as hard. And so we need to see that so that we can put it in a rescinded status and we change our follow-up dates and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you get that over to us so we know what's going on. And then the last thing I want to do, we talked about this on our call last week, but because of the fact it was a different Wednesday than normal because we were out of town, I think a lot of people were not able to get on the call. So this is a really important piece that I want to throw out there regarding the changes that came down the pipe last week for Fannie Mae. The BPO has just increased in its importance, and here's why. If you remember, the change is that it's going to go to Fannie Mae first, and then a BPO is going to get ordered second. After Fannie Mae has already approved the initial HUD and the initial numbers and all that kind of stuff. Here's why the BPO is so much more critical with Fannie Mae properties now. If the BPO comes back at or below the offer price, boom, it's approved. they don't have to go back to Fannie Mae. There's no negotiations necessary. Fannie Mae's already approved it and basically said, hey, if this is what the property's worth, when the BPO comes back, get this thing closed. If that BPO comes in too high, the bank is either going to decline or counter your buyer, and if they counter and the buyer comes up a little but not all the way, they're going to have to go back to Fannie Mae. So we're talking about adding 2 to 3 weeks onto the process and potentially not being able to get it closed. So the BPO is even more critical with Fannie Mae files, because a good BPO, in theory, and again this is a new change that they've made, but in theory we should be able to see those files close more quickly and without any bickering back and forth, because the value came in. So make sure you're employing all of the strategies that we went through in the BPO factor, especially the BPO factor in depth that's part of the Insider Network training. That is critical, that you have all of those techniques and you're employing those on every single one of your short sales. So that's all I have for this week. Definitely keep shooting me your emails with questions. You can call into the office if you need to talk to me directly. We can get a time set up that we can get on the phone. Keep running these things through. We're getting lots of approvals. Actually, last week we had our biggest day ever. We closed, when I say closed, actually funded with checks coming out of closing agent offices to ours. We closed 4 short sales in a single day last week, so we were totally stoked about that. Obviously, our agents are stoked about that. And so good things are happening in short sales. Keep getting your short sale listings, submitting them into our office, and we'll keep getting these things approved. So have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.